Well, good morning, and welcome back to another day of Hebrew. Um, so super quick, what we learned last time, we got Aleph, which is a silent letter, Beit, which without the Dagesh is a V, and with the Dagesh is a B. And then we've got Gimel, and that's a G with or without the Dagesh, it's just how hard the G is. Okay, so let's go on to the next three letters. So next up, we have Dalet. What I was always told when handwriting, you have the little part that hangs over right here. Uh, you don't see that very much when it's typed out. It depends on the font. Some fonts I've seen it, some fonts I have not. But it's still pretty clear what it is. Once you learn all the letters, you go, oh, that's the Dalet. The Dalet can also take a Dagesh. Um, if I have it right in my mind, without the Dagesh, it used to be a TH sound, and with the Dagesh, it was a D. But sort of like the Aleph, over time, that has just changed, and I guess laziness of human speech, it's now a D with or without the Dagesh. There's no differentiation between sounds. So just know it can have a Dagesh, it does not change the letter. Next up, we've got hey. That's just an H. Um, there's not. That looks weird. Is that supposed to have an overhang? You'd have thought I'd have looked this up before I did the video, right? I thought I had the alphabet down, but sometimes the first time you look at something, it looks a little weird. Let's see. There's hey. In the printed font, it's about the same. I feel like I remember though. I feel like I remember it's supposed to go just a little. Yeah, you see, just a little bit over. That looks more right to me. Anyway, hey, it's just an H. It's one of the easy letters. Okay. Next up, we have Vav. It's a V, but the weird thing about this letter, do you remember how I told you the rule in Hebrew is every letter is a consonant. There are no vowels technically, except for the things we do underneath the vowel markings for us non-native speakers. There is an exception to every rule, right? So Vav can show up in a word as an O. Usually it'll have a dot up here above it to indicate to us that, oh, that's an O, not a V. But just know that that can be, like if it's in the middle or later half of a word, look out to see if it's got that dot, because that may be an O. The other thing this letter does, excuse me, I've got drainage hitting me. If you put it on the front of a word, the va can be and or but, because you don't have a separate word for that. It's just a prefix. Hey can also be a prefix. So if you put the hey on the front of a word, like, okay, for example, last time we looked at Aleph Bay Av is father. If you put the hey on the front, Ha-Av, it'd be the father. So it's the. Vav on the front is and or but, depending on the context. So, Va'av and, I don't know, you do and dad. Va'ha'av and the dad? We're making stuff up now. That's what that letter can do. So now we're up to Aleph Beit Gimel, Dalet Hey Vav. And I think that'll be enough to get us through today. We'll pick up some I guess we're doing 3 letters a day. It seems to be what fits on the page. I think that's also a good rhythm to try to learn. I feel like the alphabet took me longer to get down than the next few lessons. So anyway, yeah, we'll stop it there, and then hopefully after a few more days, we'll mostly have the alphabet down. We can look at some vowel markings, which will be faster. And then we'll be ready to start actually looking at words.